Marcus Aurelius once said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength." Welcome to another episode on our channel, Stoic Whisperer. In the grand tapestry of life, there exists a philosophy that has weathered the tests of time, a philosophy that teaches us the art of tranquility amid chaos, the power of the mind, and the essence of inner strength. This philosophy is Stoicism. Stoicism, at its core, is a philosophy of mind over matter, of inner strength over external turmoil. It is an understanding that we, as individuals, hold the power to shape our thoughts, our emotions, and ultimately, our lives. This power is not something you receive or acquire. It is something you possess innately, something you need to realize and harness. The Stoics believed in the importance of focusing on things within our control and disregarding the things outside of our control. They recognized that much of life is beyond our grasp, and that to dwell on these uncontrollable factors is to invite frustration and discontent. But what we do have control over, what we can influence, are our thoughts, our reactions, our attitudes. In the face of adversity, we can choose to crumble, or we can choose to stand tall. We can choose to be swayed by external circumstances, or we can choose to remain unyielding, rooted in our own strength and resilience. This choice is ours to make, and it is this choice that defines our character, our life. Stoicism teaches us to see the world as it is, not as we wish it to be. It encourages us to embrace the present moment, to accept the imperfections, to find beauty in the ordinary, and to find strength within ourselves. As we embark on this journey of understanding Stoicism, let us remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. Remember, the strength you seek is not outside but within you. Epictetus advised us, we are not disturbed by things, but by the views we take of them. This, my dear listeners, is the crux of the Stoic concept of indifference towards external events. It's not the storms that swirl around us that determine our peace, but rather the way we perceive these tempests. Stoics believed that our judgments, not the things themselves, are what stir up our emotions. Picture a glass of water. It's neither good nor bad, it just is. But if you're parched in the desert, that glass of water becomes the most precious thing in the world. If you're drowning, though, it's the last thing you'd want to see. The water hasn't changed, only your view of it has. It's the same with life's circumstances. They're like that glass of water, neutral, indifferent. It's our perceptions, our judgments, that give them meaning. Our minds paint them as good or bad, as joy or sorrow, and it's in this painting where we find our power. Imagine if we could choose the colors with which we paint our world. A loss could be painted not as a tragedy, but as an opportunity to appreciate what we still have. An insult could be seen not as an attack, but as a chance to practice patience and understanding. The power to choose our perspective, to choose how we react, is a power that can transform our lives. But how do we cultivate this power? By practicing indifference to what's beyond our control, by focusing on what is within our control. Our thoughts, our judgments, our actions, by understanding that the world outside is ever-changing, ever unpredictable, and that our peace lies not in trying to control it, but in controlling how we respond to it. So the next time you find yourself in the midst of chaos, remember these words of wisdom from the ancient Stoics. Step back, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, is it the situation that's causing my distress, or is it my view of it? In the face of adversity, remember it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Seneca, another famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." The virtue of simplicity, a principle deeply rooted in Stoicism, and yet so profoundly elusive in our modern world. It's a concept that asks us not to renounce our possessions, but to free ourselves from the clutches of excessive desire. To be content with what we have, rather than yearning for what we lack. You see, the Stoics believed in the importance of living a simple life, unburdened by the pursuit of material wealth. They viewed this obsession with acquiring more as a form of self-imposed slavery, a never-ending cycle that only leads to dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Now you might be wondering, why is simplicity so vital? Well, the answer lies in the understanding that our desires are insatiable. The more we acquire, the more we want. It's a trap, a mirage that promises happiness but delivers discontent. The Stoics taught us to appreciate the present, to find joy in what we already have. They believed that true wealth isn't about having the most, but wanting the least. It's about realizing that the greatest riches lie not in material possessions, but in the richness of the soul. Simplicity, then, is not about deprivation, it's about liberation. It's about freeing ourselves from the shackles of endless desire and finding contentment in what we have. It's about realizing that our happiness doesn't lie in the next purchase, the next achievement, the next milestone, but right here, in this very moment. So how do we embrace this virtue of simplicity? It starts with gratitude. By appreciating what we already have, we can begin to break free from the cycle of desire. We can start to see the beauty in the ordinary, the joy in the mundane, and the wealth in the simple. In a world of excess, the true wealth lies in the art of simplicity. As Marcus Aurelius wisely put it, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. This profound insight encapsulates the Stoic concept of resilience. Stoicism teaches us that the trials and tribulations we face are not unfortunate roadblocks, but rather opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Instead of being hindered by these obstacles, we are encouraged to rise above them, to use them as fuel to propel ourselves forward. Imagine you're a blacksmith, and life's challenges are pieces of raw, unrefined metal. Each blow from your hammer, each moment of struggle shapes and tempers that metal, transforming it from something raw and unformed into a tool of great strength and purpose. This is the essence of Stoic resilience. But how do we apply this to our everyday lives? It starts with reframing our perspective. Instead of viewing obstacles as burdens, we can see them as tests of our character. Each challenge we face is a chance to demonstrate our resilience, to prove to ourselves that we are stronger than our circumstances. And remember, the path of Stoicism is not about eliminating all difficulties from our lives. It's about learning to weather them with grace and perseverance. It's about embracing life in all its complexity, its highs and lows, its joys and sorrows. In this journey, we are like trees, growing stronger with each storm we weather, our roots digging deeper into the earth with every gust of wind. Every obstacle in your path is a chance to grow stronger, to become better. As we conclude today's journey into Stoicism, remember the words of Epictetus, "He who learns must suffer." We've explored the awakening, the art of indifference, the virtue of simplicity, and the resilience that Stoicism brings. Consider these principles, apply them in your daily encounters, and let them guide your personal growth and tranquility. If you found value in these whispers of wisdom, make sure to give this video a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Until next time, may you find strength in the wisdom of the Stoics.